Hello everybody and welcome to episode 12 of Wood and Stone. I'm Icon and today, well, I aim to achieve a couple of goals. So first off, what's really most up my mind was to install some chambers for my nobility. Because chambers, they need gemstones, and gemstones are a resource we have now access to. So we're going to shut down the jeweler for a little while so we can set up a couple of chambers. Let's see, the chambers, they come with a fixed size. Isn't that funny? You don't get to design those. And well, let's see where we're going to smack them down. Well, let's see, we could bring up some Dondorian nobility there. Let's do this. And of course, we're going to put up one of these. Oh, wait. They are... Oh no, they refill the mountain cave. Wonderful. Huh. Okay. I like that. That's fit for a Dondorian. But we're also going to need one for the Cretonians. Sadly, it's not going to be able to make that round, but there's always something to mutter about. We're going to set this place up here. Yeah, let's put it down here. No, I want to leave this open for a fishing industry. Although it would be a very, very lovely spot, don't you agree? No, we're going to... This is a good spot there. Let's go. Right next to the temple. Very fitting. Oh, it doesn't fit because the trees here are blocking it out. Whatever. Let's make these chambers face the temple. Probably... Yeah, I know I'm doing a little bit of a ruckus here, but at the same time, I don't know if you guys have paid attention of the costs of these. They are rotten costly. Oh, there's the mass grave around the corner. Yuck. Well, there's nobody in there. I don't know if they'll freak out if I remove that. Sometimes they freak out if you remove burial spots. Not sure how it is with mass graves, though. I'd say we're going to build another one back here in the military area. Oops, not what I wanted. I keep messing up the brush with the with the elliptical form. So here we go. And we're just going to use that and delete that one. I don't know. I don't feel well with a mass grave right next to the nobles' chambers. That just feels wrong. So 20 gemstones each. So we're needing a total of 60 gemstones there, which is quite frankly sad a lot. Look at that. They are... How long is this already there? Gosh. Let's open up this area here a little bit. And another thing I had on my mind was breeding. So, let's see. Cretonian breeder. And so, let's see. Where will we put that? I'm setting up my military here in this nice little gorge there, because we can expand left and right into the mountain with various purposes, and I like that. So where are the Cretonians going to raise their children? I'd say this looks like a nifty spot. I like that. So let's go on over here. So I really have to start here, don't I? Yep. do? There we go. That's what I wanted to build. So definitely gotta say, a city for Cretonians is definitely different looking than everything I built before. I love it. So, let's make this place happen. Ugh. So, gotta say, that's the hidden difficulty, in my humble opinion, about the Cretonians. They have so many easy things for themselves going on, like they're easy going with with their needs, with their diet and all. But boy, if you want to please them in terms of architecture, if you want to fill that roundness meter of the Cretonian species, whew, that ain't easy. That's really one of the hardest things that I've done for this game so far. So let's slap down these things there. Because with rectangular rooms, I feel like everything which is formed like a square in some degree, I feel like it's way easier to divide that into a symmetric form, to utilize the room in there. I mean, look at my flat houses here versus my flat houses here. I mean, the flat houses there, these were probably one of my best round buildings, but some of my round buildings were just a mess up. I can't put it into more friendly words. Necessary. Okay. We're going to need now a steady surplus of vegetables once the breeder is finished, because once these kiddos run out of veg, it's not going to be good. But I don't think that we're going to need to be too worried. This farm here hasn't yielded anything yet, so I'm pretty sure that we're going to be good. Now, let's see what our military fellas did so far. So we put them onto permanent training, and how to see how these guys are doing there. So, military training 100%. Okay. I still haven't really fully understood why these guys have no weapons. It's really weird. Maybe they need to be on a slightly lower regimen. One thing I'm really wondering about, maybe they need a known building to grab their equipment from. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Let's see, training ground, archery range. Well, that's not exactly looking like there's anything missing. Let's see, logistics, army supply depot. Needed to supply armies on the world map. Not exactly what we're looking for here right now. So that's something I really still keep wondering there. I mean, you guys dropped me a lot of helpful comments already that I haven't fully digested yet. I didn't plan to do this in this episode, to be fair. For this episode, I wanted to get the breeding running, and I really wanted to get those chambers going. Speaking about which, we want to have more gemstone production, please. So let's amp this up. I want like 40 workers now in here. We've produced 32 gemstones with 20 workers. That means we should be now producing 64 in a year with this. So that means in a year we should be done. But sadly it doesn't translate like that with these because you see, these deposits, they don't have the same density. So one worker working at this gem deposit with 19% will yield much more than the worker at the deposit with 1%, so it's a pretty nasty thing. But I guess that over the course of the time, we'll see these projects finished now. They'll not fulfill it ideally, but that's okay. We got time. We got plenty of time. So what's way more important for me is this. But two things. We don't have wood anymore. Outrageous. And the other thing, we're running out of furniture. And, well, let's see, carpenter. We got one carpenter with 15 workers employed in there. They produce 280 pieces of furniture each year. We need more than that. We definitely need more than that. So this would merge in here quite nicely, don't you agree? I like it. Let's do this. Okay, I need that. Furniture has turned into such a bottleneck, and it'll remain like that, because we will constantly need to expand this city. Like, we're merely starting out, and a lot of buildings need furniture, so we definitely should amp that up. Right now, the breeder is not getting done because of that. I think the chambers also needed furniture, didn't they? Yeah. That's probably why we're bleeding right now so hard. But I don't mind. So another thing that we ought to care about is we need a real armor maker, so to say. Right now, let's see, where are my tailors at? There's militaries. This is a very, very chaotic city so far. So, oh gosh. Wait a sec. No, it is all working out. So we have 2 people working dedicated on the armor production, and these guys. Okay. Let's see. I want to see how much armor they produce with a steady supply of leather. And we need a bowyer. That's the other thing I wanted to create today. All the little preparations before we dive deeper into the mechanics of the military stuff. That's been at least how I imagined it. So I want to keep this area here open for the more sophisticated things, like we're going to set up the schooling and the university and probably more housing over there. So let's get the noisy business and the like done. Here's some room left. Starting to get crowded here. Like that. I mean, we can expand here into the mountain everywhere. It's one thing I love about this city. I saw that and I immediately wanted to play that. So let's set up the bowyer over here. Boom. There we go. Let's put it down there, and well, this is going to be another one of these huge workshops, but I guess it's gonna be worth it. 2 reasons. Bows are made out of wood and leather. These are resources we have in a steady surplus. Leather we are currently importing, and I guess my economy by now can easily stomach that. So we're going to stay importing that stuff. So, no biggie. Easiest way to get the job done, in my humble opinion. And therefore, well, we can export these bows unless they have a ridiculous penalty on their sales price. Yet again, just like some things already did in the past. Sometimes this game has a few wacky things happening in the sales prices. Yesterday I discovered that Was it yeah, booze, alcohol. You can't really trade alcohol. I don't know if it's if it's because of the world I'm playing in. Maybe my region is the world's largest alcohol producer, and therefore they can't really provide good prices. Who knows? I have no clue. So let's provide auxiliaries. We got 22 workers here employed. Sounds like a good start. Let's see. I want to see how much room I have to leave open for auxiliaries before I slap in more and more workbenches. It's looking good. Maybe I can do a few more workspaces. There we go. I mean, I'm not trying to min-max here for real. I mean, I don't like that too much. Okay, 170 pieces of furniture yet again, so... Furniture. It's a lot of furniture being consumed these days. So, has this place now produced? No, not yet. Okay. I thought there was more time passing, but whatever. So, let's see. Our economy is really going well. For the first time, we're steadily gaining more and more denaries, even though we are importing some good, because, you know, we do need the leather from an outside source. We just don't cut it anymore, producing that stuff ourselves. It's not happening. So, let's see. Is the breeder already? No. No. Too bad all those projects are not getting done. But that's just fine. I mean, I am doing a little bit of stupid work here, after all, because I could focus one chamber after another, but I'm a lazy man. They'll get the stuff done in time. I don't need to worry too much about that. Okay, well then, let's see. We got that, we got that. Now, education. So, we want schools, and I'll take that free knowledge production increase as well. I want to build up the universities as quick as possible too, because they are just awesome. They educate your citizens, and that'll make them even more productive. And even more so, if I understood it correctly, with the university, educated citizens let your knowledge decay slower, because they're working like storage space for knowledge, so to say. So the decay of your knowledge points is slowed down, and effectively this gives you even more knowledge points that you can work with. Nifty, hey? Alright, we got this. Let's set up a road. And I want to let it roll. I want to let it flow over here. We're out of wood again. Unacceptable. Chop it. And let's say... I want that school. So many things. Alright. I love to put schools and readers close to each other, because I feel like this way the children will have easy access to that logistically. I'm not sure if that's actually that good, though, gotta say. I never had the opportunity to try out the whole schooling system in a longer period of time. My runs were most of the time over quicker than I wanted, so, well... Oh, they're not properly building there while there's these cutting orders. No clue. Fascinating. Alright, you guys clean it up, don't you? Thank you. Alright, so... Ugh. Gotta wait a moment longer, I guess. I mean, there's no hurry. It's not like we got enough furniture to get the job done in the first place. But at least wood is a easily available resource. That's something that really eases my mind. So let's check out this place here. 662. Okay. Harvest time. Let's see how high our product or our stockpiles will bump up this year. So I think now got enough building space there. So there we go. It's neat. So I'm building the school a little bit smaller because I don't want to have a extremely huge building here. Simply because the last couple of schools I built, I had way more capacity than we actually had use. I mean, somehow I feel like these are kind of odd. I mean, why is there no spot for the teacher? I really don't get how the schools are supposed to work in this game, but I don't mind. It's okay. So, even more wood needed. We're really slaughtering the place today. Alright, there's babies. Wonderful. That'll help our city in the long run. I mean, it's just a tiny start. We're going to need way more breeders to get a real noticeable population growth. But, you know, you gotta start somewhere. And since I don't want to burden the city too heavily, I decided to grow rather step by step, you know? Let's just work it out better. Now, we got the chambers, so let's see, can I assign a noble to these? Something I definitely wanted to find out. So, if I remember correctly, this was something we were able to set up here. Oh, it's a species specific thing. There should be a way that I can assign these places only to nobles. Because that's where they belong, I guess. But first off, you see there's no standard access to these facilities. You have to enable that first. Let's see. But I guess I can't set up an that's an interesting question. Can I assign this somehow that only nobles can access my chambers? That would be pretty awesome, because I bet that this is how it's meant to be used, you know? Let's see. Wiki help. Alright, for the noblest of subjects. I mean, ideally, these should be only used by nobles, per se. Like, no other person should be using them. But I really don't get how to configure that. Because, I mean, there's basically no visible meter here for the availability of chambers. But let's see. all our nobles are also considering that there's no chamber available. But that's nonsense, good sir. They are available. So, oh yeah, here. There's somebody now here. There's servants in there now. Now let's see who's roaming on in here. Let's see. They all are... Okay. So... Did I probably break it by assigning it to everybody? So let's unassign these and let the time fly a little bit. It's hard to understand how these things work sometimes with this game. That's also part why I do series like these, where there's a big over these things, where we just have to figure out how it's supposed to work. Because I don't see any way of assigning these to anybody, sadly. Except for the fact that, yeah, these chambers are now both taken into service, so let's see. Alright, so this guy took the chambers on his own volition. The other guys didn't. Strange. Let's wait what happens until the other chamber is built. I mean, I bet that this does satisfy the needs of a noble even more. So let's wait for the last one to be constructed, because we have now a configuration that denies these from the other parts of the populace, but I have the slight feeling that this is exactly how it must look like. So no other low-born are picking up these chambers. And as you see here now, this is also visually different. So whoever's living in the other chamber was actually not supposed to live there. Okay, well, let's check it out in a minute or two again. Let's see how's life on or other spots on the map. So there. So we got another carpenter, and life's good for him, I guess. We have deforested this area, and there's almost nothing lying around there. They picked this place clean. Okay, well, school ain't done yet, but that's mostly a matter of workers. There must have been a larger building completed all of a sudden, so the bowyer is now in business. Wonderful. If I remember correctly, I had enough. Alright. So, it's time to pick up a new batch of people. So, let's get 38 of these, and same amount of those, because we definitely need the workers now. Awesome. Now, school ain't finished yet, so there's going to be even more strain work-wise there. And these chambers are not taken. So let's see. But they all consider themselves now having access to chambers. Wonderful. So let's check out all of our other subjects. Yeah, so yeah, the nobles pick up the chambers autonomously. I don't need to do anything in that regard. Beautiful. So, you folks, have you finally picked up your gear? No, you didn't. Why? Seriously, why? That's a question that bothers me a bit. So, the only thing that I could imagine is the warehouse for gear and armor is up here, and maybe that's an issue. So, we're going to slap down another warehouse down there, and we're going to. I think it's going to be fine. We can use it there because there's a couple of other things that we're going to need: rations and armors and the like. And you know, these things have a wear and tear, and after all, since our soldiers are spending the most of the time in the vicinity of their respective training grounds, I think it's going to be an awesome thing to have the warehouse for armor there, and it's an attempt to find out if that's the issue, you know? Because, I mean, somehow they're supposed to pick up armor. I mean, maybe I just need to draft them and then they pick up the armor all by themselves. Could be also possible. We'll find that out in a future episode for sure. For myself, I'm super happy right now that we got the schooling system available, and we got a breeder now. So we have now 36 children in the city, and we also have chambers for the nobility. So that's definitely a step up in the quality of our city, and we're pretty close to our 1,000th person year. Nice. Looking good. Let's see how we have to progress in the next couple of episodes. I bet that we'll have to set up more farming and the like, but we'll see that when we get there. So thanks for watching. I'll cut it here. Next episode, I'll be sticking my nose deeper into the whole military stuff. Set up an archery range and probably set up more squads. So I'm aiming for a fighting force somewhere between 100 and 200 people at arms. Let's see how that'll work out. Drop me your comments down below, leave me a thumbs up, and of course, consider subscribing. There's daily content, and I'd be super happy to have you. Just turn on that bell, and you'll see whenever something new comes up. Thanks for your time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.